Hello, everybody. To coin a phrase, let's get ready, Britain. And the world, the rest of the world, isn't it? The rest of the world. Friday night. Now, I know for a fact, so I've been around a bit. A lot of people will have relapsed tonight, because it's Friday. Simple as that. There was a couple of guys doing some work on the building where I am. Plumbers, decent lads. Finished at 3 o'clock. So I was coming in to do an interview, and are you going for a pint? Oh yeah, boss. We're on it. We're on it all weekend. On the drink, That's the way it is, isn't it? Friday early finish, 3 o'clock. Bang the vans. Quick shower. Probably didn't just do that. Straight to spoons. I think we'll go to. We'll be heavily on the drink now. I used to do that a lot, and sometimes I miss it. But I can't drink now because that door is now firmly closed. Thankfully. Hi Richard, how are you doing? And T Fits 1988. Good evening. Hello Christopher. Evening to you. I'm good, thanks. Very good. Had a good day. Been quite busy with different things and keep myself healthy and happy. And looking out for you and doing a few videos. Never stops, does it? Which is good. And glad that people are getting well and people are sticking in here. Kimball Birds, good morning from New Zealand. Wow, it's amazing, isn't it? To go from the northeast of England to New Zealand. What's all that about? It's incredible, isn't it? 18 months ago, I didn't even think of this as a partner who would, put this together, really. TK626, nice to see you. Well, thanks. Laura, hey, how are you doing? Friday night, I know, can be a temptation. I used to look forward to the weekend. We all did, didn't we? Although I work shifts a lot of the time, so I used to look forward to my days off, Which is not bad. Shout out from this past week, man. So just at work, Richard. Work's getting harder for some people because of just constraints and economics and all this sort of thing, isn't it? Got to watch that as well, because there's a bit of stress around. As Richard, work's not good, is it? As the economy shrinks, and once Rachel Reeves gets her hand on the budget again, there could be all sorts of problems. And what do people do generally when there's a bit of stress? They reach for the bottle, don't they? And I fear for a lot of people, and I hope everyone who sticks in here keeps strong, because we're going to go through a very turbulent time now. As I mentioned before, relapse is so easy. Hi Charlie, how are you doing? And relapse is very easy to get into. It's very hard to get out of it again, isn't it? And I've mentioned in the past how quickly it can catch up with you, which is a total nightmare, It's just bang, it's gone. What I was going to talk about tonight a little bit was, we've all been through hangovers. When hangovers go from hangovers to withdrawal, it's even worse. Richard been filming Skate Parks. I'm saying, got you, Richard? That's good. Sounds interesting. When the hangovers start to be withdrawals and you can't get medication, and you tend to self-medicate, and the self-medication part is purely trying to stave off the pain of hangover and withdrawal, isn't it? The only reason that people start having a hair of the dog, drink in the morning, as it were, or drink in the afternoon, or whenever they wake up, is because they need it to function. When you're perfectly healthy and happy, you wake up at 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock, you just fancy a cup of tea. But when you're drinking heavily, you need a drink. You don't need a drink as a social drinker. You want one. But problem drinkers need a drink. When you reach for the bottle in the morning because you need a drink to function, then you're in serious bother, really. And that's what you've got to start looking at things. But the more people I speak to, the more I realise that there doesn't seem to be that level of assistance anymore. And GPs, for some reason, I don't know why, are reluctant to give out medication. So you've got to try, against all the odds, in my view, taper down. Now, I did try that a few times, but I wasn't successful. And that's how I got myself in a really, really bad mess. But it can be done. So I'm told. A few people managed to taper down. And I've spoken to people who've been drinking 1.5, 2 litres of vodka a day and taper down slowly, 5-10% a week reduction, and then maybe gone into lagers and things. Because when if you just stop cold turkey, then the chance of you'll have high chance of having a seizure, which can kill. I had seizures. It didn't kill me, obviously, I'm still here. But it's very unpleasant having a seizure. And you don't know where you are. It starts off with me tingling in the arms, and I couldn't speak properly. Probably some people probably think I can't speak properly now, but you can't put your words together and you end up having a seizure and collapsing. I was blacked out, completely unconscious, Alcohol is the worst place from nowhere. Well, fantastic. I've got people from Norway, New Zealand, UK. 3164 picked up my weekly allotment of Guinness, all set for a quiet night in front of TV, all good. Yeah, everyone, that's brilliant. This is my drink of choice. I get criticised by a lot of people for going into a pub and having an alcoholic Guinness. I don't think that being an alcoholic will bar me from going to a pub. Not that I'm down there a lot. I tend to go in during the day just for a quick, a bag of nuts and a quick drink, really. I would have habit more than anything else. Because I could never taper down, Steve, all or nothing for me. I was the same, yeah, but the doctor's advice now on all these community help centres and things, they're all saying just taper down, taper down, taper down. G777. I'm struggling with addiction. It's not good. Okay. I do some. I've got a help program to get you off. If you text that number, if you're outside the UK, 37, then +44. If you text me, I'll be able to point in the right direction. There are links on all the videos on the description of the things that I do. Also, we've got an ebook. It's only $5.99. The ebook. Just keep you on the right path, I'm told. Hi, Richard. 1031. Nice to see you. You're welcome, 37. Some strange names in here, which is good. Keeps you anonymous, doesn't it? Yeah. So the withdrawal thing started me off on this hair of the dog. Even then, you've got problems, and then after that, you can progress to what I would call daily drinking, where some people I know, I didn't do it myself, I had a sort of different type of job. I know some people started to drink during the day, working in the office, maybe got the underground into work, and have a can of beer, before they went to work. And then have another one at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, or whatever, go for a pint at lunchtime, which was the done thing in London in the late 80s, 90s. People still do it now. Not as much, but more people work from home. And I think after the COVID carry on, when more people drank because they were at home more, that's sort of carried on. A lot of people still don't go to the office 4 or 5 days a week now, Well, it's stupid. So it's easy just to put on a shirt and tie and just sit at home and grab a bottle of vodka and a bottle of water, couldn't you? That sort of thing. So you've got to be very, very careful that you don't go down that road as well, because it's much easier to drink now that you don't have to go to work every day. And as AI takes over, there'll be more and more people unemployed. More and more people with more time, which means more and more people with more time to go to places like Wetherspoons at 8 o'clock in the morning. The earlier you start, then you'll carry on all day. If you start drinking at 5 p.m., you'll probably give up about midnight. If you start at 8 a.m., you're still drinking all day, aren't you? I just living on my own. It's the boredom that gets me. I drink because I've got nothing to do. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I did that a couple of times when I was single for a while, and you've got to find something else to do. And I managed to get into a hotel gym. That's turned me around. One of the times, the last time I had to go to the hospital. Certainly, it's easy to fall into the boredom. I wonder what's like in the pub, fear of missing out, all that sort of thing. It's so glamorous, like reviewing wines on Vivino. Of course it is, yeah, it looks glamorous, but it's not, does it? It's a colour. And get the drinks in, which is, you're very careful what you're doing with this. And I was think the turning point for me is when I started to have this hair of the dog. And that was only on holiday, man. But then on my days off, I'd hit the beer a bit more. And then I think the next day, I just have come off for a couple of days. We used to go 2 or 3 days at a time when I was in the police. I didn't drink that much when I was working, but when I was off, geez, I made up for a mind. And then maybe the day between the 3 days, the second day, I get about 10 and think, oh, I'd just have a drink, sit in the garden, nice weather. And that was hair of the dog, really, wasn't it? And I just kept going on and on. It made me feel better. There's nothing worse than the pain of a hangover or withdrawals. I never had the DTs as such, but I still had the feelings of impending doom. You know, I feel really ill. I feel really nauseous. I feel like I want to just pack it all in. I dare say I had such a depression. I'm not saying I was diagnosed with depression, but I just felt down all the time. Had no energy, couldn't be bothered with anybody. But you know, once you get sober, I just turn a massive corner, and I love life now again, like I did when I was a teenager. In my 20s, I was having problems. I don't know if anybody else has had problems so young, but I started getting anxiety. I was in mid-20s. I don't know if you did, but certainly dropped me a line on the air. 626, I tapered off before I quit to make the withdrawal and installations less horrific. And previously going cold turkey was still shit though. That's a good idea, actually, or a good point, if you can do it. And if the doctors think it's all right to taper off, 626 says he tapered off before he gave up, which is probably quite a good idea, if you can do it. But don't take my advice next. I'm not a medic. And I didn't do that. I just kept full pelt drinking and then bang, stop. Well, that's obviously going to be problems, isn't it? I don't know how I didn't know that. Proud Unicorn, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Jessica, I'd rather feel rough than have hair of the dog and slippery slope. I agree, Jessica. If you can do that, I did that, and then eventually I needed the hair of the dog. If that makes sense. 626, it wasn't easy. It's never easy to taper off. I tried it numerous times, couldn't do it. I really wanted to do it. I couldn't. My only saviour was that diazepam they wouldn't give me in the end. So that's in the past. I'm talking about you here. My aim is to get you all healthy again and to stop you relapsing, because that's the biggest problem. It's so easy to drink again. It's so difficult to stop. It's so easy to drink again. As I've said before, you know, the pub is easy to get into, but it's very difficult to get out of. And that's the issue here, isn't it? It's not easy to get out of a pub. Once you get the taste for it, the flavour, whatever you want to call it, then your ambitions are low. You think, oh, I'm going to stay a bit longer. It doesn't matter now. Doesn't matter what I spend. I get some more money out of the cash card to use a credit card, all this sort of thing, you know. A bit short of money. You think I'm just going to spend a £5, £10, £15. You know, spend 60. All this, carry on, you know. If you do enjoy these lives or benefit from them, then please do drop a super chat in or buy me a coffee, links there. Because the more support we get on the channel, the better. Please support it, because it's doing a lot of good. The feedback I'm getting is all very, very positive. I don't know if anybody else does these lives as regularly, but you know, we've got a good core group here, and there's a lot of knowledge in here, and I just think that everyone can be friends here and be open. You know, you can just make this a safe space to talk openly about alcohol, because there's such a stigma about it still these days, isn't there? You know, people just don't want to talk about it. And I didn't years ago. Eventually, I had to just be upfront and say, well, look, I've got a problem. If anybody questions you, you've got to admit you've got a problem. But don't feel under pressure on people to say, why don't you drink? Why don't you drink? Why don't you drink? Just say, don't drink. That's it. End of story. Walk away from them. They'll get you in a mess, you know, these people who want to pressurize you. They want to see you down where they are. I've lost most of my drinking friends. In fact, I don't even class them as friends. People get very jealous when you're doing okay. People love to be a little bit higher up in the line, as it were. It's sad, isn't it, how people change if you do okay. Kathy, hello. Hope everyone is well. Watching from a hospital today, but getting out tomorrow. Thanks everyone for your encouragement. Well done, Kathy. Hope everything's all right. Keep positive. Tomorrow's Saturday. You get out and keep in touch with us here. And thanks for all your donations and things in your chat. And you'll be fine, I'm sure. You're in the best place at the moment. To have a bit of rest and get back home. Charlie, I met someone from Club Soda, and quite frankly, it's immature set up to you. I don't know what that is. Club soda. Charlie, if you want to elaborate on that. These are 6, 7, 8 people make the one with the problem for not drinking. Yes, that's a really good point, that isn't it? These are mentioned there. People make us. So we're the exclusive minority, right? They make us the problem. Now, I'm 63 now. A lot of people say I don't look it. The guys used to drink, but some of them are much younger and look a lot older. And they're going downhill really, 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 really fast, you know. What I mean. Oh, say thanks, Charlie. Club soda. What is club soda? If you don't mind me asking. I've never heard of that. So yeah, it's a very good point that Jesus brought there. People make out you're the one with the problem. I mean, if you're sober, so confident as I am, a bit of bullshit. I'm very, very confident. I'll say to them, why do you drink? Is there something wrong with you? That really pisses them off. Take a 626 pub friend mentality. If my ship's going down, I want you on it and present accomplishment. They can't. Yes, 100%. They want you down as far as ever and further. Oh, you're all right, Steve. Not now. Just if they don't even speak to me. It's quite funny, actually. So I've got good friends on here now. I've got a beautiful partner, a good family. I don't need pub people. I've been I don't mind being a lone soldier. I'm not lonely, but you know what I'm saying. I'm so calm. I just said, "Time to f off." Some people get affected by it, but a lot of people call me or text me and say, "Oh, I feel really under pressure because I'm going to a family do. I feel under pressure because the lads from work want me to go on a Friday." Well, so what? Look after yourself. A very clever doctor once said to me, she said, "You're an overthinker, aren't you?" I said, "Yeah." "And you're a people pleaser, aren't you?" Because doctors know. I know a lot of you are people pleasers. And very caring people and good people. And so I know what you like. You care about your family, there's something. You care about upsetting people. Yeah, all this. And he said, unless you look after yourself first, how can you ever look after anybody else? It's very true, though. I've never forgotten that. You know. There's somebody just put another comment earlier about relapse. And this little statement he put was, think before you drink. I quite like that. If you're thinking about relapsing, having the first one, don't think before you drink. As soon as you stop for a minute and just think, hang on a minute, this one drink, just to fit in, might cost me my life in the end. Kickstart Q, your video from a month was recommended to me about your relapse. I watched MMORPG, Alcohol Addiction. You know him? I don't actually know him, MMORPG, but I shall certainly look it up. Thanks. Thanks for coming on. Welcome. Kex. Start. 626. Let the rest of the pub platoon pickle their brains. That's true. I like that. The pub platoon. It's a good phrase that's come out now. The pub platoon. I like that. Hand of doom. People are like that. I stopped smoking 2 years ago. I have 2 family members who tried and failed to stop smoking. They no longer speak to me. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable that. I've got a number. He doesn't speak to me anymore. He's not an alcoholic. He just doesn't like me anymore because I'm doing all right. I've got a younger girlfriend and my life's good. And I'm sober. He used to love it when I was drunk. He used to love it when I was in hospital. Even he came to see me. Everything all right, Steve? All right. As soon as I got sober, pulling myself together, it blanked me completely. Then Michael said the same there. Hand of Doom had the same. People don't speak to him. Michael Rice, good day, channel host, and everyone here today. It's 3:44 here in the US. Did you begin approximately 50 minutes ago? Yeah, we did, yeah. Thanks. So we've got USA on here, Norway, New Zealand. It's incredible. Frank Brennan, so Stephen, do you have a regular boozer where you go for getting zero? Do you not have a local booze anymore? I don't have really regular crowd. I've got the local Wetherspoon. Sometimes when I've been shopping at 5 o'clock, have a quick Guinness zero. That's it. I have a few in the house now and again. I want to go away with my partner, but I don't really have a local. Just Wetherspoon's just cheap, isn't it? Jessup, I met up with some old schoolmates on Saturday. 2 of us drink. Two of us don't have a great day. No pressure on them to drink. I said I hope to get to not drinking at some point. You will just keep focusing. Keep focused. Leslie, Thanksgiving is in a few weeks and the wine will be flowing. And I'll bring my own alcoholic drinks or flavoured sodas. Always forever hyper diligent. Well done, Leslie. Thanks for all your comments and help and donations on here in the past. I hope you're doing well. It's a good idea. Take your own stuff. Be a different person. Like I said before, keep pushing this. Be the successful minority, the exclusive minority. Kimball, after 2 months sober, I just think about the whole process and effort of having to drive to the bottle shop to get a drink and how it's just not worth it. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your effort. I've said before, if you're going to have a drink, think before you drink and think of how ill you're going to be if you do have a drink. If you'd like to support the channel, which many people do, then please hit the super chat button on YouTube, or there's a buy me a coffee link here. The more support we get, the more we can do. What I can do for you, and you can pop in and have a chat, and we'll learn some every day, don't we? There's a couple of nice phrases there. The pub platoon and think before you drink. I'll have to get them on a banner somewhere. Because if you think before you drink, then you won't have that first one. That's the killer, isn't it? When you've been off for a Leslie won't do it again. I won't do it again. Samarna is normally here. He won't do it again. Some of us have been right down at the bottom, you see, and cannot return there. But there's a lot of people who do what I did regularly and have a year off, 2 years off, and think, I've beaten this. But there is no cure for alcoholism. No cure at all. However, what you can do is manage it. Michael, congratulations, Kim. Yep. Keep going, Kim. 2 months is fantastic. Kathy, Leslie thinks Thanksgiving can be difficult for a number of reasons. When I get a craving or urge to drink, I instantly feel nauseous. That's good, Leslie. I know it's good, but you know what I'm saying? At least you're aware of it. This is very good. Frank, so now you don't have a local boozer and mixing with a lot of drinkers, and of course you're not drinking, and maybe something for others to consider when mixing with your old drinking friends. Yes, it's my mother was 94 once said years ago, if you go to the drink, it's a different way of life. I live a different life now. It's a lot better. You've got to change your whole mindset as well. Star Q, why is alcohol still a massive thing in our society? It's just crazy why advertisement is still allowed. Because it brings in so many tax receipts. That's why. Simple as that. When you get to my age, when you get to your age probably, you realise nothing matters in the world other than money to a lot of people. Especially the top end. I'm not talking about millionaires, I'm talking about billionaires here. Do you know what, if you spent £1,000 a day as a millionaire, how long do you think it would take to spend that money? And do the other calculation, a billionaire, how long do you think it would take to spend that money? I'll put the figures on in a minute. So if you're a millionaire, you spend £1,000 a day, how long would it take? If you're a billionaire, spent £1,000 a day, how long would it take? People think there's not a lot of difference. That's a hint. JCS, I submit, hope you're doing well. Been following your channel for a while and watch your videos regularly. I want to stop drinking, but can't get rid of the idea that I can't have fun with alcohol. You can do. JCS, if you go into any description of the video, there's a one-to-one mentoring link there. Click that and have a look at it. Yes, all drinking buddies can definitely pull you back. Of course they can. Chase is currently having a drink as we speak and decide to jump on the stream when I saw you went live. No problem, Chase. No problem. 800 years for what? A millionaire or a billionaire? I'll tell you now, if you had £1 million, you spent it at the rate of £1,000 a day, it lasts you about 3 years. Right? If you had £1 billion, it would take you 1,760 years, roughly. Hell of a difference. Those are the people who are pulling the strings at the top, the billionaires. There's 50 billionaire families in the UK, and they have more wealth than half the population. Kaywood, did you drink high volume alcohol too? Just beers? Well, lager, really, premium lagers, I would call them. 6%-ish, pills and that sort of thing. I tried spirits, didn't like them. It was like drinking perfume for me. And I tried wine, didn't like that. Because I was a bit of a high volume drinker. But I mean high volume as in number of pints. And They will pull me back into drinking. I got through the death of both my parents without turning to drink. If I can get through that with a drink, I can get through anything. Yeah, and me without a drink. My dad died just as I was coming to hospital. Daniel Knowles, just noticed Twin Towers in the background. Yeah, it's a good photo. Yeah, it's a good print, isn't it? Ricky, I'm a millionaire. Nice one, Ricky. Well, it'll take you 3 years to spend your £1 million at the rate of £1,000 a day. So the billionaires at the top do not want us to stop drinking. They actively encourage it, and it's a way of controlling society. Alcohol, you know, it always has been. You know, the king have granted you, or the queen has granted you in the old days, an extra day to drink, or an extra couple of hours. Bollocks to that. Why are we being told what to do? We're all humans, aren't we? But Mr. Barnsley, listening to your backstories and the madness of alcoholism is like a mirror image of my past insanity. I enjoy watching. It was very informative. Thanks. News now, Barnsley. Thanks very much. So, thanks for coming on. Yeah, Ricky, 3 years to spend £1 million if you did £1,000 a day. Richard, anxiety has started my 40s, age catching up to you soon. Well, I'm 63 now, but I would say anxiety started with me late 20s. And that was my downfall, really, because once anxiety started, then you tend to drink more to try and get over that, really. Stock, I mean, Diego is even listed on the stock exchange, and you can invest into those companies to support them. Also, more so. Oh yeah, the drinks companies, massive. Yeah, I'll never go out of fashion because there's too much money involved, too much cash, too much power. That's the thing, isn't it? A lot of power involved. Anxiety in the morning after is the worst. It's horrendous, Jessup, isn't it? 11 o'clock at bed. You go to bed 11 o'clock at night, you feel great. You wake up at 6:30 in the morning, if you want to die. In those few short hours, the change is quite incredible. You bounce in the house, and you get in from the pub, wherever it's fine. Next morning, you can't even get out of bed. And all you've had is a few drinks. Ricky, my last session was 3 weeks long, around £1,700. Yeah, it's easily done, isn't it? Easily done. It's very, very quick to catch up with you. But the money side of it is nuts, isn't it? If anyone wants to drop a coffee in, please do, and support the channel, or the super chat button as well, if you'd like to support us, or support me, really, and support you. Keep the channel going. Got a lot of good videos out recently, nearly 15,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, then please do help us get there. It's close on 15,000, which is good in 18 months. Got quite a large group of dedicated followers, I think, on here as well, on the lives. And it makes a big difference to be able to check in now and again and see how people are doing, and, you know, see if anybody's had any issues and that sort of thing. Because you can be open on here. Nobody's going to judge you here. Because we're all drinkers, aren't we? We've all got issues. We wouldn't be here otherwise. Be down the pub, wouldn't we? There's nothing wrong with people going to the pub and having a good drink. But they can control it. We can't. It's a difference, isn't it? Frank Byrne, did you see my previous question a moment ago? I might not know. Can you put it on again, Frank? There's quite a lot of comments tonight, if you don't mind. Ricky, I only have a bottle or two of wine a day now, a couple of rums. That's not so bad then, as long as you feel all right. But I mean, still a lot. Be too much for me. Kivio, England has great mental health care. So I've heard. I'm not sure about a lot of mental health hospitals have closed down, actually. But maybe I haven't been confronted with that situation, thankfully. But I did feel very down when I wasn't getting any better. Barnsley, I'm definitely a new member to the page. May it grow. Thanks, Mr. Barnsley. Appreciate it. Tell anybody else you know, because we all know somebody with a drink problem or a drink issue. Most families have been affected by it somewhere. Even with things like drink drive and assaults and other crimes linked to alcohol, isn't it? You know, we'd be very mindful of it, really. But that was one of the things that's one of the reasons I self-medicated. Once you start self-medicating, you're on a very slippery slope. This is something that helps me to not relapse, is remembering the pure evilness of constantly being sick, vomiting, anxiety, depression, etc. Although I did relapse a few times in the beginning years ago. And 6 years ago. Yeah, same with me. That's what I know. Concentrating on how ill I felt, how ill I was. Frank, here's a question. And the one about you only drinking beer and nothing else. Actually, most alcoholics will drink anything they can get their hands on. Yes, Frank, I agree with that. A lot of alcoholics tend to go on spirits, but I didn't. It didn't make any difference. I know a couple of guys in hospital. I was in hospital with someone on wine and things, but another guy just drank lagers like me. So it's not everybody. Well, a hell of a lot of people go on spirits because it's easier to hide in bottles and things. I think that's the reason. John Doe, nice to see you. Hope everything's okay with you. Ricky, I find sleeping helps, as I can sleep 2 or 3 days and just get up for the toilet and drink. Right, sleeping does make a big difference because it really rests on you. When you've got stresses and strains and family to look after, it's totally different. When you're drinking more pressure, that makes a big difference. Probably that happened to me. I would think it probably happened to me at that time. When my daughter was born, I was drinking too much, but I was still able to relax. And then when she came out, I had less rest time, if that makes sense, or less recovery time, she would say. So you've got to be aware of that, haven't you? August too, well done, John. I don't know where the Submariner is. I put a short out video saying we're on live, but anyway, it doesn't matter. People have got lives to lead them. They can't all be here all the time, but you know what I'm saying. I haven't seen the other Leslie or the liver transplant there for a while. Kaz has been missing as well. Everybody's all right. I mean, you can't keep track of people, but they do send me the odd message. But there's a lot of videos out there at the moment, a lot of stuff going on. And I just think in my own head here, winter time's a big relapse time because that's when people are bored. But we can get down anyway, can't they? And as money gets tighter for people, it's about, oh God, I've got no money. It's a bit dark. Let's go for a pint. It's so easy, isn't it? What you do, the weather's terrible. Let's go for a pint. Fancy a pint? Off you go. It's so easy. James, another weekend drinking plan is to cut down before my accounting exam, but we'll probably go out the window. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? You promise yourself false promises. I'm going to stop tomorrow. So it never happens, does it? It took me to near death before I stopped. Frank, you frequently talk about your anxiety issues in your 20s, and was that before you drank excess, or was solely anxiety followed after drinking session? All my anxiety, Frank, was alcohol related. I drank heavily from the age of about 18, to be honest. So I always had a bit of anxiety after the drinks, for a few hours at least, and then it got worse. Frank, that was terrible. John, John, I see winter time 8 hours. Winter time's a major factor. It is, mate. Massive factor. Ricky, Stephen, can you Christmas pudding or them chocolate? I don't like them liqueurs or Christmas pudding, to be honest, but I wouldn't mind a bit of Christmas pudding. I think most of it's cooked off then anyway, if that makes sense. Cheers, Ricky, for that. Cheers. I work in supermarket. I've seen a few people get sacked for vodka in their water bottles. There you go. See, that's where a lot of alcoholics go on to spirits. You can hide them. You can't hide 12 bottles of Stella. I did, rather than socks. Hi, Samara. Just been talking about you. Nice to see you. Hope you're okay. Mr. Barnes, 13 detoxes by the age of 34, now 48 with 13 years of sobriety. Amazing that, to get off that roller coaster. What made you stop in the end? Lucky 13 now, because 13 detoxes at the age of 34, and you've been off for 13 years. It's incredible, isn't it? To go through all of that, carry on, and then suddenly get sober. This is good news. It's a lesson to everybody, isn't it? Or an example to everybody. Jonathan, good evening all. Nice to see you, Jonathan. How are you? Hope everyone's okay. Leslie, best advice from my rehab. Relapse is part of recovery, so don't ever get discouraged or give up. Yeah. As Donald Trump would say, never quit and fight. Simple as that. You can't afford to give up. Jonathan, bad thanks. You don't quit because it's easy to quit. And as I've said 1,000 times, much easier to go for a drink than not. Frank, and what was you were anxious about doing specific work personal? I don't know, it's just anxiety really. It just came in with if you want to do a more detailed chat, Frank, just have a look on the description part of the videos and I'll do a chat with you on there. Anxiety was just anxiety after I had a drink, all sorts of things really. James, weekend binging is as bad. Before I got my first job, I drank 8 to 12 cans every night. Yeah, it's the same pattern for most of us, isn't it? Really? Just drink too much. I was 23 when I got my first job. I think there's more pressure when you're working, obviously, and you feel a bit more trapped. Then you think, drink. Massive drinks during a week, and I feel terrible. Richard Bruce paid 10 quid for a beer over here. It's expensive, isn't it? The most expensive place I've been for a drink this year has been Dublin. Crazy prices, isn't it? There's nothing there. Really. Bit of litter, a bridge, and loads of Guinness places. Very expensive. The only reason we went was because of the wedding there. Martin Hunt. Evening, Martin. How are you doing? Ricky, did your job make you drink? Not really, Ricky. I drank before, started that job, and I drank after, you know. I used to just love drinking. Cakes. Was smoking an issue? I never smoked, which is probably good. That's where I recovered, I suppose. John, Jessup, I don't blame them working in a supermarket. I worked in 4 different ones back in the day when I was a teenager. Tesco as a self-wing waitress, a pain in the arse. Can't be. Yeah, you know, so all of us here need to be very wary of the relapse. And you know, it's great to think, I know better than the doctors, I know better than me, and you know, all this sort of thing, and I can get through it. But when you're lying in a hospital bed or in intensive care because of it, then you start to have regrets. It's never too late to stop. The earlier the better, in my view. Sober swims, 92 days sober today, well done. Over 3 months and feel absolutely great. For feeling good. It's a dangerous game, though. It can be. You get very complacent, don't you? And like, you think you're cured, but there's no cure. No cure. 10 quid in dollars, about £7.80, I think, roughly. Leslie, nearly 8 quid. £78. Leslie, about £10. 92 days sober. Good. That's well done, Donald. Donald. Sober swimmers. Good evening, Dennis. John Doe. Mr. Barnes, I had to face a demon from when I was a child. The alcohol, although helped with 12-13 onwards, soon became the demon's hold on me. I got help for that trauma after the last detox and never looked back. Fantastic, well done. James, would I get withdrawal if I stop suddenly at binge weekend? Possibly. Just taper off it if you can. I'll go $14. It's 10 quid. I went the other way. Michael, congratulations. You snuck on in the evening, Mara and Jonathan. Hiya, Michael. Kivo, if anyone needs a trip, I recommend magic mushrooms in Amsterdam instead. Never tried that. Magic mushrooms. I've heard a lot about these magic mushrooms, but I think I've poisoned my body enough. Frank, thanks for the offer of a more detailed one shot. But I'm okay. Thanks. I'm just curious about your anxiety in your 20s and the booze. Not a problem. Yeah, it's very common, the anxiety. There's these shops, $14 for a beer. Probably is in central London now as well. But is it a football match, you know? Anywhere there's any sporting events on, ramps the price up. And we know how much it is in restaurants. It's crazy, isn't it? You know, an Indian meal for 2 is probably cost you 50 quid. It costs them £2 for the rice, £3 for the meat, and the rest is on drinks. John Doe, I've been working at Morrison's for 27 years. No wonder I drink. You're probably right there. Stock here in Germany, beer is €5 or £4.50. That's not too bad. We've got Germany on, Norway, New Zealand, yeah, USA, Ireland. It's everywhere. Incredible, really. How many countries it's reaching out to. If you can spread the word in each country, it would be good, wouldn't it? If you do want to drop a super chat in and keep this channel strong and support it, then please do. Or there's a coffee link on the right here, because it's not monetized, this channel, on lives. It helps towards keeping it moving along. Even micro dosing mushrooms helps me amazingly. Really? That's interesting, that. Martin, Lancashire, that's good. More UK people, more all over the world. Graham, German beer is strong too. Very good. I love German. I used to love German beer. I recall doing Oktoberfest one year, and I was totally buggered all week. And I never went to that once. I used to drink from Stein's, mind, just in the UK. Norway was the most expensive place I ever drank. £15 for a pizza and a pint back in the 1980s. Jesus. Give her their fun, Leslie. Just you have 100% image for me. Kathy, hello, Samara. Yeah, nice to see you. Super. Even a bit Friday's funny day for a lot of people. It's a hell of a relapse day, though. I know that. Pubs were packed today, and I drove past them. Homeless bird. Hi, Steve. I've been sober for 45 days now. Well done. I've been addressing my health. I'm on medication now and seeing a therapist. Thanks for the videos. You're welcome. If you'd like to support the channel, then please do. There's two ways: super chatting here or the coffee links there. Haven't seen Johnny for a couple of days. Johnny the bricklayer. Martin Nolan saw when I went on my first all-inclusive holiday with the girlfriend that nearly killed me. I've only been on one. It was the same for me. Drunk, log all day. We have Abby Ailes here. Okay, Richard, that's good. All the pubs are getting huge amounts of booze in, aren't they? They always do at Christmas, though. Michael, congratulations to homeless. Very good. Very good for anybody who's getting sober. Very good for being here. I think I would have joined any like this, but there was nothing like this. I never looked really. I was suffered in silence, really. That's no good, is it? I didn't realize there was things that people could relate to and get involved in and all that sort of thing. It's a whole mess on booze, isn't it? Whole mess. And I want you to all be mindful of this bloody relapse, because it's just such a killer. Martin. Welcome break services, Warwick, on my way up to Glasgow. All the best. I will keep my SUV greasy side down. Good lad. Cable LSD, you make more shares. Hello, Samantha. How are you doing? Nice to see you. It's been very, very busy tonight on here, which is good. And I feel a lot of people are just on the verge of relapse, not on here, but just in life in general. Sarah, message retired. Okay, Lizzie, homeless bird. Well done. Hang in there. I have two sort of therapist, meds, alternative treatments, etc. The biggest thing you've got to change is your mindset, really, to be fair. And if you can focus on the positives of being sober and the negatives of being on the beer or on the wine or on any alcohol, then the easier it will be. And once you get off it, it's a question of staying off it. And once you're off it, then all you've got to do is sort of your mind, innit? It sounds easy but written on paper, but it's not that easy. Sarah, 2 weeks sober today. Well done, Sarah. In Minnesota, in intensive outpatient treatment. I watch your videos daily to know I'm not alone. That's a good point, Sarah, yeah, because when you're going through all this addiction recovery carry on, you do feel very isolated. Samantha there, well done, homeless bird 2819. Yeah, well done. Well done, Sarah. Well done, everybody who gets off it. And, even better if you can stay off it. Graham, I think the general despair and misery around the UK currently is not helping those of us who tend to find the bottom of the bottle. We need something to look forward to. I agree with that. It's a terrible situation financially, isn't it? However, I'm told by my fiance that it's like this all over the world. And she's clever. So it may be just in the UK, but certainly we're in the UK at the moment, so we've got to deal with it, haven't we? Alcohol, I think the constant depressing news these days is driving people to drink. I totally agree. Juggling geek, because my drinking never got 24/7 crazy like others, I sometimes think that I could maybe go back. No, don't go back. So, Mara, thanks for turning up in the chat tonight, folks. You always get something out of these meetings. I hope you do. It's really busy now. So let's try and get a bit of support going, if we can. Super chat buttons in there. You don't have to leave a lot. And also the coffee is there, which I need a cup of coffee because I've done a lot of talking here. Leslie, you are not alone, sir. I agree, Leslie. Not alone at all. Homeless bird, it's been daunting realizing that I have more free time. You have a lot of free time, don't you? So I've reconnected with my love for reading and I've been going outside on hikes. Well done. There's thankfully a lot of trails near Las Vegas. This is all over the world tonight. It's people from everywhere. Well, not everywhere. Nobody from Tanzania yet or Greece. But we'll get them. UK is pretty terrible now. Kathy, Stephen, has exercise really helped you? Yeah, massively. I go to the gym, as much as I can. Although, again, some people don't agree with that. I'll try and get there a couple of times a week if I can. I used to go every day years ago. So we're proud of you. Well done, Sarah. Jessup. Same, I'll take a couple of weeks off, then think it's not that bad. Yeah, you just go back again, straight to the same place. If I'm going to say nothing similar in the USA, Samantha, that Stephen is doing here. I'm not sure really. I think Samantha's in the USA. Leslie, good evening. How are you? Andrew, hello, Anne. How are you? Nice to see you. There's a lot of people coming on later, but we'll just keep it going. If we get some support, we'll keep it going a little bit longer. Richard Holland, I'm one of the lucky ones who's happy to have a couple of bottles on the weekend in my own home. All the best, the ones planning a problem. Well, that's good. Richard, you've got control of it. Then if you've got control of it, it's massive, isn't it? It's a big bonus. As you start reading, music, cooking, and exercise again. Yeah, keep busy. I know, that's the thing. We have tinnies for 50p here. That'll do. Neil Hughes, hi Steve. I have got some Guinness Zero tins for Sunday football, hoping that habit can be. Thanks, John, for that amazing donation there. Thanks so much. Somebody's bought a coffee at the same time. Really appreciate this. John, as always, Steve, your input is understanding. It's really underrated. Everyone appreciates your input. Big up, ex-Mariner. Thanks very much, John. And thanks to whoever bought the coffee. It helps the channel keep moving along, and we're right at the forefront of this now. We'll hit 15,000 subscribers by midnight, I would hope, which is a fantastic achievement for you all, and for myself, for our partner, and my daughter's helped me a little bit as well on here. Helped me a lot. I've got to the best women who assist me here, which is great. Guinness Zero is definitely a good substitute because it is a habit, isn't it? And my partner says, "Oh, you're addicted," as a joke. Zeros, but I love the Guinness Zero. I can drink 10 cans of it, no problem. It's about exercise benefits everyone. It increases the blood flow, releasing pleasurable endorphins, making you move 100%. Here at NUFC, your team, Stephen, I'm very close to the ground, about 5 minutes walk. I used to support when I was younger, but lost that momentum when I moved to London and started work and the usual thing, Debbie McKay, good evening, Stephen. All, how are you doing, Debbie? Leslie, still well, Stephen, and you, Leslie, and you've done magnificently to get to where you are. Even one day off for me was a challenge. I knew I couldn't even manage that. I was really battling it, but now it's come a little bit better. And it becomes easier with time. It seems a long time once we say, "Oh, you're going to be off for a while," but you soon get the hang of it as well. You soon get the hang of being so, because it's a much better life. You become so used to it, and it becomes habit to be good and feel well. Martin, thanks very much, Martin. I appreciate that. Fantastic donation and a little cup of tea, or coffee. Well, that's so good of you, Martin. Really appreciate these donations. It makes such a big difference to support, massive difference. Just an aside here, the fifth super. So let's celebrate the fifth super on the live stream. Cheers, Martin. Coffee's very good for you. Protects the liver. Kathy, so another Minnesota here, wishing you good luck in your recovery. Another Minnesotan. I like the fact we're getting Americans on here, because we need to be worldwide to get this out, because it's not just the UK, is it? Grow bigger if we get more international recognition, really. Frank Stevens said it's mindset. So get a new mindset with new habits. Walking everywhere as much as you can and get talking. Get taking the very best look. Black coffee, yeah. You've got to get the coffee down here. Leslie, thanks so much for that donation. I really appreciate it. You've been a massive supporter, and it's great to see people on here, regular people, and it's great to get donations and support the channel. And it's growing all the time. It's going to be massive, this, and I want you all to be part of it and be healthy, because that's the ultimate game, isn't it? Be healthy and be happy. And life is too short to be ill, isn't it? If you're healthy, you've got nothing to worry about. If you're sick, you've got two things to worry about: whether you'll live or whether you'll die, or whether you get better. So stay healthy is the key, isn't it? Debbie, evening and good afternoon here, Michael. Says that today, Richard, Steve, or the CDs. Yeah, they're actually wallpaper books. Special Guy 69, congratulations, keep going. Thanks, Samantha, for your input there. Thanks again, Leslie, for the donation. So, yeah, we need to be mindful of the harm it's doing people. Mindful of the fact that we can recover. Because if I can recover, then you can. If Leslie can recover from liver transplant, the other Leslie, then you can. Now, we've all been to dark places with alcohol, and now we can come out of it. As soon as you get sober, you'll see a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel. You've got to keep following that light. And as somebody mentioned earlier, that little short phrase, when you feel like you drink, you feel like you need a drink, you feel like you're missing out, then you really have to think before you drink. If you can do that, you'll win. John Dexter, any ex-military, 100% appreciate. Anyone that put the work in for my company. Exactly. Well done. One of those on the CDs behind him, they are Steve's inpatient medical notes from for 6 months. 6 months only. Leslie, originally I thought they were CDs too. Can you imagine? Listen to that lot. It's had a lot of interest, that wallpaper. A lot of interest. If I find out where I got it from, or remember where I got it from, I'll let you know. I'm sure you can get it online. You can get anything on an image online now, so we should get bottles, shouldn't we? Cups of coffee on there. Getting back to coffee, you must get some coffee down here. Protects your liver. Massive. It's not something that's widely known either. I found that through one of the consultants. Because when you're really ill, you really want to think, well, God, I want something to help me. I'm going to die. And you reach out for everything. And I said, what can I do? What can I do? I said, the only thing you can do is drink coffee. And obviously don't drink. Can I drink? Spiritual guide, thank you, Samantha. So, Marna, okay, John, sending you a big sloppy kiss, but no tongues. I did pot in my 20s, Richard said. I've never done any cannabis. I've been a good lad. I was a good lad. I never did anything wrong, went up particularly wrong. I did break the law many times, but I certainly didn't smoke. Did anything else, though. Kivo ginger root tea is a great drink. Helps with nausea. I didn't know that. That's good. I believe green tea is good. There's some other weary thing that my partner drinks is milk with pepper in it. I don't fancy that. I sometimes have some lemon juice. Well, actually, most days, if I can remember. Lemon juice with a bit of turmeric in, a bit of olive oil. I don't know what that does, but I've heard it's good for your bones or something. I don't know. Anything is good apart from alcohol. But within reason, you've got to have a balanced diet, Relax sometimes. You can't just be, 100% vegan or vegetarian or whatever. You've got to have some flexibility with all of this, but do not touch the drink. That's the main thing. If you don't take anything else away from it, think before you drink. That's the main thing. But certainly if you're having any problems when you're feeling, because there's a lot of people watching this who don't comment, who will maybe be sober curious, as it were, think, well, maybe I should get off the booze. Maybe I should pull myself around a little bit. Maybe I should cut down. There's every advantage to cutting down. There's every advantage to coming off the beer. We're coming to Christmas. Why not think about getting sober for Christmas? You have a much better time, Not to do a lot for Christmas, but even a bit of food is better. The amount of Christmas lunches, Christmas weekends, Christmas times that I was out of the game is unimaginable, to be fair. I never want to go back there again. I couldn't. Elgo, I was into the rave scene in the early 90s. The ecstasy was a great experience in a tent with 5,000 like-minded people. Great. It was. I used to love the pub, but that's finished now. My school days are finished. My drinking days are finished. The police days are finished. You've got to move on with the times, And, my daughter's 31. She's no longer a child. That's finished. And close the door on anything bad. Close the door on alcohol and start a new chapter. Just ginger tea, lemon, hot water, and milk thistle are all meant to help with the liver. Milk thistle, well, according to consultants, they didn't say it won't harm me. They said it wouldn't harm me, but I'm not sure about it. Coffee, it's a good thing. It doesn't help you sleep, doesn't it? It's the opposite, isn't it? Examana. Last time I checked, the biggest increase in alcoholism was in middle-aged divorced women. Lost of time in their hands. Now the kids have gone. Well, strangely, females across the board, 35% increase in liver disease deaths in 5 years. Because obviously their livers aren't as robust. And when I was doing a bit of work with the NHS care team in Newcastle, they said that liver damage is showing in much younger people, fibrosis and that sort of thing. That's worrying for the medics, isn't it? Instead of it presenting when they're 55, 65, it's presenting when they're 30. More strong drinks, I suppose. A lot stronger than when I started drinking. So Marno would know when we started to drink, 5% was very strong, wasn't it? Now they've got some of these craft beers are 8 and 9%. The beer I drank was about 3.5 maximum. Got these two funny tomorrow. These look like the records are now in the hospital. I'm trying to get out of Hawaii Magpies. Nice to see you. Frank, no obvious sugar in your diet, either, especially as you get older. So that makes no sweets, no cakes, no biscuits, no fizzy drinks, and you feel much better. The only thing I have is good night is a bit of chocolate. That's probably habit as well. But I used to eat popcorn, but I got off that. It's a hard thing to come off popcorn. Kathy, bless you, Michael. Spiritual guide. So glad you're here tonight. You know, we get better and better. Yeah, you will get better and better. Keep focused and just do not drink. It's not that difficult. You know, I can save you £1,000 a month. Don't drink. Alan Thomas Williamson, I've had a bottle, Stephen. It doesn't even touch the sides. It's still here, though. Yeah, it's not bad, that. You know, it doesn't kill everybody. Some people can control it a little bit. I couldn't. As long as it doesn't go mad. If you do relapse or you do have a couple, then just get back sober again as quick as you can. Don't beat yourself up about it. That's the main thing. John Doe, Steve, you know the score. When it comes to Christmas, people are more likely to look forward to drinking more, not giving it up. That's why alcoholism is so hard, mate. I agree. It's everywhere, isn't it? Christmas time. Go have a drink, have a drink, have a drink. You've got to be strong enough. Look forward to January the 1st. When everyone else is looking terrible. Or January the 2nd. And yours fares a lot. Bounce around the high street and they're going, oh, no, I don't want to go back to work. I spent a fortune. Everyone's credit cards ramped up to the max. And you're still okay. Got a bit of cash left. That's what you're going to be looking forward to. And booking a holiday for February. Yeah? Not thinking I've got no money left. Because I had a few party days in the pub. Some of which you can't even fucking remember. Richard, any idea what to do with a pan of mincemeat? Mince pies? I've never been at that level of cooking, as it were. I do stir fries and cook a bit, so I've never done anything like that. Mincemeat. Yeah, it's not in my game, that. That's somebody on here I'll be able to tell you. I'd imagine. Alan Thomas Williamson, I will do dry January. I did it last year, and I'll do it this year, even though my birthday is January. Just keep off it. Forget about January, just keep off it. Jonathan Gould, make burgers. Oh, that mince, just mince, as in mince. Yeah, well, obviously chili in that. I thought it was that sweet stuff he's on about. John Doe, absolutely, alcohol is more acceptable at Christmas. Everyone puts up with the odd drunken person. Drunkenness is acceptable at Christmas and New Year to get out of a free jail card for alcoholics. It's true. It's a great time to switch off and just drink yourself to death, virtually, isn't it? Frank Brennan, not only are more middle-aged women drinking more than ever, I guess what they're gambling more too online. It's not good as gambling addiction is horrendous too. I didn't know that about the gambling, Frank, but thanks for putting me in the picture. Interesting, isn't it? But why not? You know, it's a free society, isn't it? And more women work, more women got more money. But certainly alcohol is worry for the medical side of things, because tend to drink wine and not that makes any difference because 10 pints of Stella's bad, isn't it? It's all bad. But if you're getting people hitting it too hard when they're young, then they're going to have problems. Christmas time, I worked a lot of Christmases. So Mara would have worked a lot of Christmases. Anybody who's been in, hospitality would have worked a lot of Christmases. But that's easier to drink, I suppose. My father was a policeman. He worked a lot of Christmases. So to me, it wasn't a big day, to be fair. Try and just normalise it. It's just another time people are off work. Like I say, I joined a hotel gym and I was off for 8 years. Christmas time, the gyms are still open in hotels. Go there, have a bite to eat. If you can find somebody to go with, if you can, just have a bite to eat. And just think of it as a normal day. Go for a walk. Do something to keep you out of the booze, keep you off the drink. Just about think you're right. The craft beer can be 9% and tastes like pop. We're thinking that Stella 5.2 is strong. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? The beers are much stronger than they were. And you're going to be hitting it hard, aren't you? Walk. Yeah, you can cycle. You can just do anything. I'm trying to think what took me back to it. 2014 was just to carry on with a female. Prior to that, when I used to relapse, it was because I thought, oh, I'm all right now. I'm fine. I'll just try one. And I had tried one. It was like nectar. It was just like drug-induced feeling. And then I thought, I'll have two. By the end of the week, I'll be having 10. Because it catches up so quickly. And, soon you're back onto it. Full-time drinking. And that's the problem. We've done about an hour there. And I hope you're all okay. I hope you've enjoyed it. But it's been quite lively tonight. We've had a few continents on, not just countries tonight, which is good. So the word's getting out there. So there's a lot of people watch who don't comment, but it's good to see everybody who's come on is new. And let's help each other. Let's stay sober and look forward to a dry Christmas, I suppose. Nothing wrong with a dry Christmas. There's something wrong with being pissed and lying on your parents' sofa. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You're not eating your food, isn't it? Take care. Thanks to you. Great chat. It was excellent. Stacey, I enjoyed your short videos when you're walking outside. Stephen. Thanks, Stacey. I think I'll do a few more of them. I think this sitting down carry-on is a bit too sterile, isn't it? Do a few more walking around, walking in the pubs, or just walking past them and pissing everybody off with a selfie stick. That's probably more interesting, isn't it? Than just me sitting here rapping on about withdrawal and stuff. That's a good point, Leslie. Thanks. Do more shorts outside. Yeah, thanks to everybody. Thanks to the moderators. I haven't seen Beef and Chicken around for a while. It must be busy. A few people haven't been on, but then again, as I said, everyone's got their own lives to lead. And, we'll be back in time, I'm sure. And we'll see you all. Sunday, I would think, probably the best time, isn't it? Gracious, Mr. C, great life. Thanks, Leslie. I appreciate that. John Doe, I get worried about people that I think it's all about alcohol percentage. It's not. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's just it's not just all about percentage. It's the whole game, isn't it, John? Richard, the nurses drink coffee. So do the doctors. Yeah. Well, a lot of people drink coffee, but it's specifically for us. This group, when we've drunk too much, it's certainly helpful to drink coffee and will protect your liver to some degree. Unless it's going to turn everything round. You can't turn around 40 years of drinking with 3 cups of coffee. But it's beneficial, should we say. Okay, let's say good night and God bless us at work. And I'm going to have a stir fry now, prawn and beef. If anybody is in the UK and they want a stir fry thing, we've got a great one in M&S. If you want to eat something healthy and get some fruit into you, plenty of water. That's what I keep forgetting. Plenty of water. So coffee is quite easy. It's not that expensive either to live healthily. And people go on about the price of fruit when they've spent 40 quid in the booze then. Oh, I can't afford them chili nuts you get. It's £2.50. And they're in the boozer all day. Tell you they give me morphine for pain control in the hospital, so I could do super chat. Don't worry, Kathy. You're a great support. I hope you get out of hospital okay and let us know how it goes, yeah? It'll be fine. Thanks for being here. I was so much better before I drank. Well, obviously, yeah, get yourself sorted. Get you all sorted. Let's get everybody together and get us all happy and healthy again. Back on the right trail. Okay, folks, we'll see you soon, and thanks very much. What's hidden sugars in the M&S microwave meal? It's not microwave, it's Frank. It's I did one with some duck, some broccoli, carrots, and that sort of thing. A little bit of rice noodle. I'm sorry, but I'll get you, Frank. I understand. So, man, abstaining from alcohol over the Christmas period will probably be the biggest test of sobriety this for the year, 100%. If you can give alcohol over Christmas, you're a star. Good night, everyone. Take care. Well said. It's a good finishing line. And another one I'm going to put in here, this one I learned today. If you are thinking about having a drink tonight or any other day going forward, think before you drink. All right? And you'll be fine. And you look as good as me when you're 63. See you soon.